So here it is, the start of my Olympic video blog. Not got a name for it yet. I'll see if I can come up with something, or if anyone else wants to come up with something for me, that's absolutely fine. So bit of an unusual one to start off with here. We've had to jump through lots of hoops before heading off to the games this year, with loads and loads of paperwork, and most of it sort of obviously based around the issues regarding COVID. So my excitement for today, which I should have got out from the back of the car already, is the nattiest bit of Olympic merchandise that you'll find. This is the Team GB COVID testing kit. So I've already done one of these tests. I'm doing lateral flows every day. I've done a PCR test a couple of days ago, which is our 96-hour test before we fly, and the one I'm doing now is my 72-hour test before we fly. So just going to pop into the Nuffield Hospital here in Hereford, get that done, and then it's off to post it in a Dropbox. Catch up with you in a bit. So after the delights of being nasally interrogated earlier on at the Nuffield Hospital, I'm now at the delightful Strensham services on the M5, where my sample is going to be put into a special Randox Dropbox, sent off for testing, and then I should get the results from that tomorrow morning. So here we go. Important moment. Job done. Catch up with you later. Hello again. So okay, we're on our way now at Heathrow Airport, having done check-in. We've got special check-in desks here for anybody going out with Team GB. All been really good. You can see behind a mixture of athletes, team staff and so on. So I've had my activity plan approved, which was approved just 7:30 this morning, which is a little bit worrying. I've had all my tests done, my COVID tests done. Everything's sort of all logged on here for heading out on the flight. So shortly we'll be heading through to the Team GB lounge, and from then on onto the flight and on to Tokyo. So we've landed in Tokyo. It's hot, it's over 30 degrees here, and now with the rest of the Team GB contingent, we're heading off for our COVID tests. So we'll report back later. So made it through. Took about an hour and 40 to get through everything, but an enormous amount of walking, going around to have all things done with saliva tests and immigration tests, all that kind of stuff. So here I am. I've made it through to the other side. I'm now officially in Tokyo. I have my accreditation all sorted out. I'm just waiting for some colleagues from Team GB to come through for transport to the hotel.
This is a really nice photo with the rings, look. And that's the triathlon. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, these things stay there, don't they? They don't. Yeah.
So here we are, end of day one. It's technically day 0 for me. Day 1 starts tomorrow. That's all a bit of a technical thing, but it's been a very long one, but actually quite smooth running compared to a lot of the worries we had before about what it's going to be like trying to get actually into Japan. I can't remember what I've already mentioned on some of the other recordings, but we have a thing which we've got to fill in before we come here called an activity plan, which is basically all the places that you're likely to want to go in your first 14 days whilst you're here at the Olympics, and you have to get this signed off. And it was all meant to be signed off well in advance, but it turned out that my one was finally signed off 7.5 hours before my flight left. That then meant that another crucial thing we're meant to do, which is this app called Ocha, which is for health monitoring when you're over here, and it's also basically the app that gets you into the country through some QR codes on it. That wouldn't operate because I didn't have my activity plan approved, so I had to take paper copies of absolutely everything as backup. But fortunately, whilst mid-flight, you might have seen some of my sort of posts from somewhere over Siberia. Mid-flight, it all became live. I was able to fill everything in on the plane, and when we landed, miraculously, everything was all in place. Been very lucky. I'm here embedded with Team GB, the British Olympic Association. So the hotel I'm now in is called the KQX, and it is actually a 100% Team GB hotel. More about that in a minute, but it's very entertaining with that. But the good thing is that having been embedded with the team, it's meant I've been able to basically follow them through all the processes today. So as you'd have seen, Heathrow had a drop off just for Team GB, check-in just for Team GB, express security, our own lounge, all those wonderful things. British Airways were fantastic, and the organisation from the BOA was absolutely spot on. Flight itself, long, tiring, 3 visits to the toilet, 2 meals, 1 film, because then my entertainment system packed up, and it was at that point I decided to play around and go online instead. But it got me here, and got me here not feeling too bad, which is, that's not a bad way to start everything. Managed to find myself sitting in the wrong lounge, waiting for my COVID test results. We got expressed through for those, and I was just sort of ferried through. Only been there for a while, and I suddenly realised that I was probably the only person there, save for a couple of coaches, who wasn't actually an athlete. So it's slightly a bit embarrassing. I kind of probably stood out a bit there. But anyway, it was all sorted. We got here. It's been quite entertaining as well, actually, coming over with the team, because the flight was packed full of athletes, most of whom I haven't a clue who they are, but they would just look ridiculously fit. We had, I'm just trying to remember now, we had Ashley McKenzie was with us when we were on the Heathrow side. He's a judo athlete and a medal hope, very funny guy. Just trying to say, I wrote some of these down. I found myself sitting close to Tom Piddock, who's a Team Ineos cyclist, and Evie Richards, both of whom are our mountain bike hopes for over here at Tokyo. Very brief conversation with lovely Sinead McIntosh, who is a rifle shooter for us. She will not be difficult to spot because she's dyed her hair blue. The fact that she's a Scot might have something to do with that. Another one I met earlier on, Jonah Affolco, who's, or Efoloco I think it is, sorry, who's a 4x1 runner for us. I hope he manages to do his 100 metres quicker than he was getting through accreditation, because he was there long before I got there and he was still there when I left. That's another thing. But then also the athletes, the hotel that we're in here, I'm actually bubbled with the performance analysis team from the BOA, who are on the same floor as me here and at the KQX. But also on the same floor here, we've got members of our women's hockey team. So athletes to one side, performance analysts to the other, and me, a complete interloper, it seems, in between. But important tasks later on, we're all getting together to go and hang some bunting out in the hallways out in front here and kind of just take over this landing for us. So yeah, that's kind of been it really today. Important task, I've just ordered Uber Eats for the evening, just to keep me going for a bit longer. Been in contact with a few others for the media friends who have made it over here, so we'll be able to hook up once we're through this initial sort of 3-day quarantine period. But yeah, that's kind of it really for the moment. A bit strange, it's now 10 to 8, but it was dark here at 7 o'clock in the evening. That kind of caught me out. We've got used to it sort of being light until best part of 10 o'clock in the UK at the moment, so yeah, a little bit strange with that. But anyway, just remains now for tonight anyway, get some food, get some sleep, edit this together and post it up for you, and then we'll just see what tomorrow brings. So here it is, the start of my totally unprofessional video blog. Hastily hung up background. I'm a bit worried actually once I got it up there that it made me actually look like I was a politician trying to make a point, but far from it. When you're over here, yeah, the Union Jacks are all hung up for the right reasons. So yeah, that's it. I haven't got a name yet for my video diary, so if anybody watching this, if there is anybody watching this, would like to make a suggestion, you're more than welcome. Keep it clean, and look forward to speaking to you very soon. Thank you. Cheers.